this is Christine. Welcome to Scrap and Rabbit. I just finished making this mini album, and I'm really glad that I finished this project just before the weekend because I wanted to share it with you in case you want to give a go at making one of these yourself. This is based on a tutorial that I put up on my YouTube channel. I think it was about 2 years ago, and they were for the Pocket Mini album. And for those of you who are subscribed, I don't know if you'll remember that, but they were these small albums. I think it measures about 5, yeah, it's about 5 by 6 inches tall, and it's got a spine that's almost 3 inches thick. There are 6 base pages in here, and each page has a pull-out. So basically this larger album is constructed exactly the same way as this one, but I wanted to make this in a larger size. So this is what I ended up with. I'm going to include a link to the tutorial if you want to try making one. And also I'm going to include a link to all of the sizes that I used to make this album. And it's just a download. It's a 2-page download. And I combined it so that if you want to make a smaller album, you can. You'll have the sizes for the small album, all the cutting sizes, and also the cutting sizes for this album. So if you want to make this larger one, you can follow along. It's a video tutorial, and just you can pre-cut your pieces and just follow along exactly the same way as the smaller album. So let me just take you through this because I'll be putting this one up in my Etsy shop. So this is obviously a Christmas themed album, and I used this paper stack that I forgot I even had. I bought this on sale last year at Michael's after Christmas, so it was a really good deal. And it's the Christmas stack by Recollections. It's a good quality thick paper. It's single-sided, but it's a nice thick paper. So that's what I used to make this album. And I've got this cute little car with a tree on the front cover, and this is one of the little tags in the paper collection that says Merry Christmas. And I have some little acrylic crystals here. These I had for a few years now, and they're just like little plastic Christmas light bulbs, and I just wove that across the page, and I just covered them up with little flowers to hold them in place. And I have some ribbon, and it covers some lace trim. It's a nice velour, black velour ribbon. And then I have a velour type fabric covering the spine. I like using a fabric for the spine. It really helps alleviate the problem of the corners cracking when you're making your when you're covering your spine. And if you use a thick paper, sometimes opening and closing the album will tend to crack the corners. Now I'm thinking something else that would work would be if you have some book tape, you can use that to cover your spine, the corners, and then you can always add some scrapbook paper on top if you want to cover it with scrapbook paper. But I really like the look of the fabric. And then on the back, again, it's just a little tag from the paper collection, and I attached that there so you can write a date or title on there. So I have a little closure here. It's just a little chain, and that opens like that. So here's the inside. Now the little mini albums that I made before, I had them in a Christmas theme, I had them in a Halloween theme, and they used some printables from my Etsy shop. And I also had a floral themed one, but these are all pretty much from the paper pad. There's a couple of tags from my printables. I'll show you which ones, but most of this is just done with the paper pad. So you can make this in any theme you want and use whatever papers you have around. It's not difficult to make. It's a bit time consuming if you're going to be matting all of the pages, but it's a very simple design to make. And in the tutorial I show you how to do it, including the covers, how to make each of the pages and bind them in the album. For the binding, I like Laura Dennison's Stack the Deck binding. It's really easy to do, and I've used it for quite a few albums in the past, and I've used that one in this album. So you can use whatever binding method you prefer as well. So here's the front. I just put a little photo mat on there and a little ribbon. And I've loaded this with tags. So these are tags from the paper collection. This was one of my printables, my Christmas themed ones. Again, from the paper collection. And then here's a photo mat. This paper is really nice. It's got some glitter to it. And here I have a little Santa on a corner tag. The pages are constructed exactly the same as in the tutorial, only the order is a little bit different. And then each page has one of these pullouts. And I just left it plain on the back for journaling. And you can put a photo on here. Now the back of each page has a flap that folds open like that, just like the smaller albums. So there's room for photos there. And then I've got pages with the vertical pocket. And again, I put a bunch of tags in there. And you use whatever punch you have available to you. You don't even have to punch these pockets. If you prefer, you can just mat them and leave them plain. These were just journaling tags from the Christmas printables I had. And I'll include links to my Etsy shop if you're interested in looking at the tags and the printables. But most of the tags in this album come from the paper stack. Merry Holiday, and that opens like that. And then there's some more tags in here. And it's the same, I mean, you can customize this album as you see fit. You could add a flap that folds down over here if you like. Because this album is a little bit larger, I put magnets to hold these flaps closed. In the smaller albums, I don't think I put magnets in there. Little bird. Again, you can attach some photos on there. I really like this little car with the tree on. I think it's so cute. Now the tutorial, in the tutorial, I'm making a mini Halloween album. But like I said, the construction is exactly the same. I'm expecting some paper that I ordered from Amazon, and while I was waiting for it, I thought, well, I may as well go ahead and make an album. And I found this Christmas paper, cute little snowmen. And then again, here's some of that, those little plastic Christmas lights. I just have that hanging on there, attached with the ribbon. Another snowman. So these albums are easy to make, although they are time consuming because of all of the matting, but they're fun. And here's the back. On the back it's just plain and you can slide something behind there. So if you look below the description of the video, you'll see the links to the to my website where I have the cutting dimensions, and as well as links to the page where you can access the tutorial videos from. So if you do make these, I hope you send me pictures and post them on YouTube or whatnot. Just make sure to send me links, because I like seeing what they look like when they're created, because even though the same tutorial is followed, the pages are different because of the different papers and the different embellishments and that, so it's really fun to see what other people make. Have a nice day and happy scrapping. Bye.